This is a PSA. We are not CPR instructors, we are just CPR certified. Here's your PSA on how to do CPR.
Do a scene assessment. Make sure that the scene is safe, there's no power lines down or a shooter or something that can put a threat to you. First thing you want to do is check for the pulse points and see if they have a pulse and if they have respiration, which is breathing. The first pulse point is here on the outside of the wrist. Just lightly squeeze and release until you feel the pulse. There's another pulse point on the neck. You can do the same thing. And listen for breath. And watch for chest rise and fall.
Your next job is to assign roles. Call 911 and get the AED. You, call 911. You, get the AED. This is an example of an AED.
Compressions are the next step we do. Compressions for adults are 30 compressions to 2 breaths, and for children it is 15 to 2 with 2 CPR providers. This is the position for your compressions. You're down a third of the chest and let rise, down a third of the chest, rise, down a third of the chest, rise. You want to get 100 compressions a minute. So if you know a song and it's 100 beats a minute, it's a good song to play in your head. So when you're doing, a good one to do is staying alive. So you're staying alive in your head as you're doing compressions. You might save a life. So when you're doing compressions, you're going to hear some crackling noises and you're going to feel some resistance. So don't be afraid to push. That is our cartilage breaking and sometimes nerves, which is okay because you're saving a life. If the person is in cardiac arrest, you cannot make them more deader. So anything you do helps.
Next, you're going to give 2 rescue breaths for every 30 compressions or 15 for children. You're going to do a head tilt and chin lift to open up the airway, and then you're going to go down and breathe into the mouth so that you see the chest rise and make sure that the air is getting into the lungs. Alright, you're going to put your hand under the head and tilt the chin back so you open up the airway, but not hyperextending it. Then you would go down and give your breaths, 2 for every set of compressions. And you want to make sure that you see the chest rise and fall. Alright, you're going to give 2 breaths for every 30 compressions for adults, or 2 breaths for every 15 compressions for children. That's 1 set. If you're interested, they make sheets that are for breath, where you put it over the mouth so that you are protected, and you would give breaths through those. And some of them have straws that you blow into to give the breaths more easy.
After every 2 sets of compression and breath, you want to check for a pulse. And you would do this checking the pulse the same way as you checked the first time. Right here and here. But if you find one here, you still might want to check here, but you don't have to. Repeat these steps until either an AED arrives or a member of the EMS system. CPR is a good skill to know because you can save somebody's life and impact people in ways you would never know.
You can get certified at your local fire departments or community centers. Most of them offer classes. Just look on their websites.